Thank you for staying with Republic. We continue to get you updates from the Karnataka High Court over the hijab row as the protests that are escalating in several other cities outside of Karnataka as well. And more colleges that are now coming under the wrap of the protests that are underway. For the moment, I also want to cut across to my colleague Ananya and Aneri who are with us on the broadcast. Ananya, if I can come to you first as we stay with those pictures, because the court is saying that we will go by reason, by law, not by passion or emotions. Take us through what the court is saying.
Well, yes, I'll take you through the chronological events that took up in the place. When the matter was first mentioned, the court completed all its matters and then proceeded on to item 61, which is the batch of petitions with regards to the hijab row. The advocate clearly making a prayer at the start of the hearing that the GO, that the government order which is mandating or prohibiting this whole hijab during the entrance examination should be taken aback. Then the court was clearly on its point that it would only be on the point of law, only on the point of constitution, because the judge clearly said that the constitution is my Bhagavad Gita, as I am on oath. In fact, he also stated that he would not go by emotions, but only and only by what is stated in the law. The petitioners then coming in with their proposition, the main salient three propositions that have been made by the petitioners through senior advocate Devdutt Kamath is that number one, that the hijab is an essential religious practice of the Islamic religion. Second proposition is that the government order is not in the purview and the jurisdiction of the state and goes beyond that. Apart from that, it has also been stated that the said order of the Karnataka government is clearly violative of the Article 91 Part A of the Constitution of India. Apart from that, it is also violative of the Article 21 of the Constitution of India. So now the court was taken through various judgments and also the surahs or the paragraphs or the Quran-e-Pak, the Holy Quran with regards to this whole hijab row. The petitioners clearly making a submission with regards to various judgments in past with regards to this whole hijab controversy and various religious practices. So basically, the major question that is before the court today is that whether essential wearing of hijab is a very, very essential practice under the Islamic law, or can it be dwelled upon by under the Article 25 of the Constitution of India. So the court would now be resuming at 3 p.m. And various judgment would now be referred to by the petitioners and also from the Advocate General. So now what the state government is saying currently is
the court also
that
saying that constitutional protection is available to religious practices. But as we stay with these pictures, I want to go across to Aneri, because Aneri, the situation is turning from bad to worse. Stone pelting that was witnessed in so many places, protests turning violent, there was lathi charge by the cops, and it is not seeming to get calm in any which way.
Well, that's right. As we have been seeing since last few days, the issues which has been exploring day by day, well, now we see that the Karnataka High Court has taken up the matter. It is hearing the matter, but now since last 1 hour, there was a constant hearing which was being taken up, and also now we have been seeing, as we continue to report from the Karnataka High Court, we see that the court has now, the case has now been put on the judgment will be coming after 3 p.m. is what we are, as the judge has said that they will resume the hearing after 3 p.m. today. And we also see that there was a reference to Quran which was being also taken up by the judge in this case, and also we have been seeing various points being raised by the Advocate General and also the various lawyers also making this point. But as you have been pointing out, there is a massive uproar here in the state of Karnataka over why students are not being allowed inside the schools and colleges, why with wearing hijab is what the question is being raised. And so there are petitions which are being heard by the Karnataka High Court, and so after 3 p.m. we will be seeing that the hearing will once again resume after almost 1.5 hour of long discussion which took place. We see that now at around 3 a.m. once again the hearing will resume.
All right. Also bringing in Sagairaj, who's joining us from Udupi, because Sagairaj, this is a very dangerous escalation. And let's not forget, these are students who are going to these educational institutions to seek further knowledge. And this is not how knowledge should be misused. So the whole criteria, the whole crux of the very fact that this is happening is extremely unfortunate and disheartening.
Absolutely, you pointed out rightly about this entire incident. You just summarized what is really happening in the society, especially when it comes to these kind of colleges here in Udupi, which is actually provocating, instigating students to get involved in these kind of communal fights. Probably a few parties which is trying to polarize their own vote banks are trying to instigate these first-time voters or students who are still not eligible to vote. So if these kind of students come out in protest, definitely this sends across a message that all is not well within our society, where we are trying to divert and also mislead these kinds of youngsters in the society in a way where we shouldn't have done that. And definitely this is going to send across a wrong message to the people. And talking about MGM College, we are right now outside this MGM College, where after a storm you get to hear the silence, and that is the silence that you get to hear outside MGM College, where the students have already left from the campus. The police are deployed here, the security is here, and this particular college have its own reputation. One of the prestigious college here in Udupi now witnessed a communal violence where students in large number came out and protested. These are the same students earlier chatted together, spoke together, went out together, ate together, and spent good time with each other. But the same friends are protesting against each other. Same friends are fighting against their own rights, against their own friends. This is not the right way for all these students to pursue their future. This is not the right way for them to learn something here in the education institution.
Absolutely. For the moment, Aniri, Ananya, Sagairaj, I want to thank you for joining us and getting us all these updates.